Remember the website Get all force, and of course, that's the Numerovation stability. Numbers are simple, no commercial bad, just spell my name. So you get them now, all my life. King Simon the King, so press the now. Greetings, family. Love and honor to all the ancestors. Love and honor to the creative force. Yes, love and honor to you and all of you that are tuning in. Always, love and honor, respect. Thank you. Welcome to King Simon Presents. I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening as we start the show. We started off, of course, with some great music from out of YouTube by King Calm Whale. So if you want to find more about that meditative tone that I just played, you can go to Calm, C-A-L-M, Whale, W-H-A-L-E, for the rest of that meditative video, which lasts about 7 hours. I think that's 7 hours. Yeah. So we're gonna have a great show today. Just want to remind people that I will also be on tonight. Tonight, we're gonna do that relationship edition part 2. Are you ready? With brother King Simon Kwaku, which only means that I'm born on Wednesday. Numbers are simple, and knowing your mathematical connection. Might have a few special guests passing through, so make sure you tune into that. Make sure you like, share, thumb up the video, family, and don't forget to show love. Like I always say, spread love, good morning on the east side. We on the east side. It's now approximately 11 o'clock, and of course at 11:11 we have Abundance Child coming up at 11:11, and we just want to make everybody know, of course, the Women's History Month is going to be off the hizzle for shizzle, family. Look at this. Look at the great people we have for Women's History Month. Oh yeah, we're gonna be popping it off nicely for Women's History Month. So if you don't know, now you know. Sister Shahrazad Ali starts it off this Wednesday. Then it's comedian and actress Muga that's coming in on March the 7th. And then the hypnotherapist Kendall Cobb is coming in on March the 14th. And then more than likely, we're going to try to get a panel of empresses into business, holistic health, some of the new upcoming empresses that are doing their thing to be announced. I will let you know within the week on March the 10th. Audra Knight, creator and physicist Audrey Rumbers will be here March the 17th, which is actually Abundance Child's birthday. So, hey, that should be interesting. Acupuncturist and educator Dr. MJ will be in the building on March the 22nd. Spiritual teacher and tantric healer and practitioner A Genesis will be with us on March the 24th. I put it on the 6th day. 2 + 4 = 6 day. Well, I did that for a reason, because 6 is about sensuality and sexuality and all that healing stuff. And naturopath and teacher Dr. Nalani Valentine is coming on March the 31st. That got confirmed. And then the special invited celebrity doctor I got coming in is going to be on March the 28th. I will make that announcement as soon as that person confirms everything. So I hope everyone is having a great time. We are broadcasting not only on King Simon Presents, we are also broadcasting on the Numerovation Nation, and we're broadcasting on Facebook at King Simon. That's King Simon at Facebook. How are you, family? How are you? How are you? Where are we hailing from? And are you sharing? Are you liking the video? I need people to like, and share, because we're going to talk about the ancestral technology, the ancestral sciences, ancestral spiritual sciences and technology. We're going to talk about that at 11:11 as we bring on my dear friend and comrade for many years. And this is someone that I love dearly. I know we're a husband and wife from another life. I know that. we definitely that all day, every day. That's my girl. You know what I'm saying? I always say that one of the greatest love songs that I admired over my life was made and produced by an Aquarian and a Pisces woman. And that was Rick James and Tina Marie. Fire and Desire, to me, was one of the best love songs that I ever seen. I see Abundance in the backstage, and I see Isha. That's right, Empress Aisha in the backstage. You better get ready. Pisces, oh boy. Great people, man. Great human beings. And all the signs and all the zodiacs are great human beings. So I big up to all of those that are tuning in and all those that are coming in. Also, just want to remind everybody as I continue to promote. Remember, I always have a disclaimer, content disclaimer. Very important. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Also, let's go to a few other sponsors. Let's shout them out. Of course, we have Janelle Lewis, licensed real estate salesperson and consultant. You can give her a call or text at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Also, make sure you go to Wilmington Adornments. That's the partner in Vive. That's the one, the only Empress Aisha Moore. Make sure you go to her, DM her at Wilmington_adornments, as you see there on the top. Also, don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn teaches class. Make sure you get that deal and that sale on his website. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. My classes will be held soon as I get back to New York. So if you still want to sign up for my classes, that's the Numerovator at Gmail, the Numerovator at Gmail. And of course, Pedal Wise, if you want some of that organic stuff for the women's sweep, women's fibroids, all of this. She also teaches classes once a month for free. Make sure you hit Pedal Wise up. That's Dr. MJ's site, and we will be having her coming up in the month of March also. And remember, if you go to their site, guess what? We do have a 10% discount on all things that are not on sale. 10% off coupon code is King2021. That's King2021. So make sure you show them some love. Also, I got to big up my daughter's cups. Oh, yeah. Yasira is doing her thing. And we're developing shirts and all that with that eye. She is the artist and the painter of that eye, canvas painter for that eye that you see on the cup. And then we just added a little this and added a little that. That's what we're doing. So if you want to support her cup designs, please go to teesprings.com/Yasira-S-pink art-exclusive. And check my daughter's stuff out and show her some love and inspire the 16-year-old and the teens to do for themselves. Also, if you want to hit me up on Linktree, there's my Linktree account. That's tr.ee/King Simon, the Numerovator. And my email is IamKingSimon@gmail. And if you want to get to all my links, you could go to Linktree right there, Linktree. But make sure, family, you share, and like as we prepared. Now, Aisha, where you at? Because I got to bring my sister on at 11:11 exactly. So where you at? So we can make it happen. I don't know where you're at, but we gonna make it happen right now because I got things to do. We got no time to be playing around. We gotta do what we do and make things happen the way we happen because I am in the mother flipping building and I gonna give myself a well-deserved round of applause, of course. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Clap your hands. And without any further ado, let me bring on my partner in vibe. This girl right here, you see her in the picture there, just posing, looking like two supermodels from Black History. It's the last day of Black History. Let's welcome on Empress Aisha Amor in the building. There you go. Round of applause. What's up? Clap. What up? How you doing, girl? You all right?
Yes. I wish I had my tea already. I want my tea. I was just about to make my tea at the last minute. I was like, oh, no.
Don't worry. We can take you off and make that. You can go make that tea while I'm drinking my water. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yes. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful, man. I'm in the sunshine. I was at the beach yesterday, backstroking.
Oh, my gosh. Don't tell me that.
I was at the beach, backstroking. Stroking to the left, I'll stroking to the right. That was my old song. I used to love that song. But I'm glad you all right. Everything's all right with the family over there?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Hey, how's the earrings going on with your big? How the earrings going? How they going?
They're going good. Right now, it's just, things seem to be seasonal when it comes to the jewelry.
That's right.
Right now, being in the city seems like people, it's just kind of quiet. No one's ready to get dressed up just yet.
Okay. So I know people. Master Mo told me it was a ghost town out there, but in New York, I said, "What ghost town? I'm not into ghost towns."
Yeah, everyone's kind of laying low.
Okay.
But it's good. It's a good thing. See what's going on. That's a good thing.
It's a purge. Yeah. Well,
so you go outside and not be around too many people. I'm kind of enjoying it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, well, I'm glad that everybody's still well and still doing well and taking care of their health wherever they are. And right now, we got somebody that's gonna come up with some spiritual technology. We're gonna get into the ancestral spiritual sciences and technology with our dear sister that's going to be coming up at 11:11. Going to make sure we bring her up with a well-deserved round of applause. And I want to remind everybody tonight, I'll be speaking about relationship. This is the relationship edition part 2. So if you want to join me tonight too, you're more than welcome to, Aisha, if you want to talk about it.
Relationships.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the numbers and how mathematical connections can go left or right. That's all I'm going to talk about. I can make it happen out through the numbers. So, without further ado, as we prepare our sister to come on, this sister here has been you want to go make your tea while I can take you off until you're ready to make your tea? You want to go make your tea?
Oh yes. I need my lemon tea now. Yes.
All right, go make your tea. I'll take you off and I'll bring you back on as soon as you come back in. All right. That's my sister. She's going to be coming back. She got to make her tea. So now this sister that I'm about to bring on before I let Aisha go make your tea. Go make your tea. We got you. Make your tea. I don't think you. That's right. Go make your tea. This sister I'm about to bring on has been a dear friend for many moons. And she is a Pisces, a superstar Pisces, born on that number 17, that ancestral number. My goodness. And it's a legacy leaving number. People don't understand. And like I said earlier, look, the greatest hit I ever heard was by a Pisces and an Aquarius. So the one Tina Marie and the one Rick James. And I'm going to say there's Rick, so I know what that means. So I want to give this dear sister that I've known for many moons, the one, the only abundance child in the building. Let's give her a well-deserved round of applause. bring her in. As we bring her in. AC. AC.
You're so
Hotel.
silly.
Salam alaikum. Islam. Peace. What's up, girl?
Oh my gosh.
You
King
know me.
Simon.
I still bring the energy.
Yeah, you do.
Early in the morning. 11:11. The vortex,
Yes.
the door has been opened.
Yeah.
How you been? How's the family?
We're great. I have no complaints.
That's right.
I have no complaints. We're so good.
There's no complaint. I'm so proud of the journey. I was reading on your Facebook, and you was breaking down that journey, boy. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I know what that is, but yeah, I know it's just the tip. Just like my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much. It's so much dimension to someone like yourself that many people was on my DMs and hit me up on my community board on YouTube saying, "Yo, I haven't seen that sister in a while, son."
Oh God.
One guy hit me up. I say, "Yo, but she been doing her work. Don't get it twisted." And you're looking quite beautiful, as I can see, with all that Oshun energy around you.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're looking good. So, how's the family doing out there? How's the rest of the daughters and everybody, moms, everybody? How they doing?
King Simon, I'm just really grateful. Everybody's doing very well. Everybody seems to be on purpose. Are you still there?
I'm still here. I just put you in the forefront. This is stream, y'all. This is stream, y'all. We can stream this.
I forgot, right? You know, moved on up. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to go back and get in your classes.
Hey, this stuff is from your class. I just had to refine it for myself. You know how I do.
Right. Well, it's now 13 minutes after the hour, and you're listening to Untitled Chapter. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know, that's so funny how you did that, because I was watching Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy on an interview of somebody else, and Arsenio, being his natural interviewing self, took over the interview. It was so crazy. I said, that's how you do it. That's how you know a person is real.
Yeah.
But I want to
the family's good. The family's good, honestly. I feel like we're being very well guided. This is why I wanted to share that on this show today, because I think that's why we are doing very good. Like, we're very well guided.
That's right. That's right. Well, family, I wanted to share her contacts. Of course, Abundance Child at gmail.com is her email. Show some love on her Cash App at the Abundance Child, Abundance Child. Her website, dropsquadkitchen.com. And her School of Ife.org is on IFA, the School of IFA is online on where, you know, I know people say Ife, some say IFA, I'm sorry. IFA, School of IFA is in the building. So make sure you support, make sure you go to a website, make sure, and you know, before, I think when sister come back after she make her tea, then I'm gonna throw my questions out there right now. But, you know, Abundance, tell us about the journey of initiation, because I know you're into certain systems and you've been through a lot of different systems throughout your life.
Yeah.
But what is that journey was like from the time you first started till now?
I was at Clark. Actually, I was in high school and after school, I used to sneak because I had a car, and I used to go where my mom told me not to go, which was downtown on Market Street. And his brother, Chris O'Cara, had a African store, and when I went in there, I just thought I was in heaven. He had every bead you can imagine, cowrie shells, red, black, and green flags, books. I just was like, what the F? And I used to just frequent that store so much. Like, every time I had some money, I was buying the cowrie shell necklaces. I was buying beads to put in my hair. And one day, now this brother, I found out later on, his nationality was Igbo. And so he named me Ifeoma. He said, you know, I want to give you an African name, sister. It just seems like you need an African name. So I want to call you Ifeoma. And he said, you know, you could be Ife for short, but Ifeoma means love of arts and culture. So when I went down to Clark, Atlanta, I wrote IFE on everything. I didn't want to use the name Tamiko, none of that mess. I was like, I'm Ify. And then as time expanded, people were like, you really know that's not Ify, it's pronounced Ife. So because these people were familiar with Yoruba. So IFE was actually Ife, which is a whole different meaning. And so Ify dropped off. The people who know me the most from Atlanta, like Tassili, Babanasi, they still call me Ify. But other people evolved my name to Ife. So a lot of people in Delaware, they call me Ife. All my godchildren call me Auntie Ife because they were familiar with the Yoruba religion. But I was down there with a bald head, just living my best life and coming into the culture, meeting Dr. Sabi, Dr. Africa, all these people. Just like I said, I found myself in Atlanta. I had a midwife because I had got pregnant with a Nana. And I came to her house and it was just an Oshun altar decked out. I'm like, what is this magnificence? Like her whole room was a shrine. And she was like, you are a daughter of Oshun. And I was like, who's that? So I went home and I read my Meta Netter because he was breaking down Oshun is equivalent to Het Haru. So that was how I started studying the Orisha, and then I read Philip Neimark's book, and may he rest in peace, he just passed, The Way of the Orisha. And because I was making jewelry, I ended up at the Odunde Festival, and I met this sister named Iya Olukunle Shangofemi Oludina. She is the founder of the Ile Igoke Ifa Spiritual Temple of self-growth and spirituality here in Delaware. And I met her while I was vending my own earrings and all this type of stuff. I was pregnant with the Nanatawa. And, she had all these alekes on and I was really interested. And she told me she was from Delaware, or she lived in Delaware. She's actually from New York. And I was like, oh my God, I'm from Delaware. And then I ended up coming home after my grandmother died. And the next person that I saw was Iya Olukunle. And so I joined her temple in like 1996, 97. And so my road to Ifa started from there. So all the way back from somebody telling me I'm a daughter of Oshun, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? To going to temple every Sunday or every other Sunday, to receiving my ancestors. That was the first Orisha I received, and Eshu, then Ogun, like all these different things, to not wanting to cut my locks. Being into the Morris Divine and National Movement, kind of not wanting to share with people that have this other side of me, right? Mm-hmm. But actually, I at home making prayers on my hands and knees, talking to my Egun and stuff like that, to not, like I said, just not wanting to cut my locks, not wanting to be out and about certain things. And then certain things just happened in my life. And it was like, listen, you chose from heaven to earth to have a knowledge of this information and to be utilizing it to benefit your own life and your family. These are the things that you need to do. These are your instructions. And one of the instructions was to initiate to Ifa. And I did that in 2018. I finally actually I had received Ifa before that, but my actual initiation was in 2018.
You've had a journey, sister, and I keep on, I always keep on encouraging you to write your book, of course.
You do.
Yeah, I don't stop, because we all of us are walking books. If we really want to tell that story that will help to heal others. And I know from your energy, you've always been a healer. You've always been a helper. I remember meeting you for the first time. And then when we did that major event with Dr. Sabi, and I tell people all the time, I met her at the National Black Theater, and her energy was very compelling because she was very convicted about, she was under strong conviction about getting her daughters back and all the stuff they went through. And yes, ring that bell. Yes, I like that bell.
That's my mom. That's my mom.
I like that bell. I thought you was just ringing it to signify something, but I like that. I need bells like that. And when you spoke at the National Black Theater, when I think Mariah Bay and Tariq Bray brought you up, tears came to my eyes, and I was like, yo, I got to meet this sister. I got to connect with this sister. And from the time you got off, you just did it. You just brought in not just the Orishas, you brought in Sekhmet, you brought in all kind of people at that time. And you just showed me that, there's a whole nother world, and there are women out there, because, most of the lecture scene was dominated by men most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only ones that was probably speaking was a Leo woman like Queen of Fua, people like the Pisces, the Jewel Pukram, and I brought Ma'a out. She was never speaking out. No, I was one of out. She was not coming out, and I brought out a few sisters that was hiding behind
Queen of Fua herself too. Like, you gave her a platform.
But she was already doing her thing before I even her Phil. But when I heard you from the law and dealing with the law, which 17, which is an 8, rules the law in numerology, which is so interesting. Where you broke the law down and where you did what you had to do, just my heart like jumped and like, man, this sister here is off the hook. But before I give you this next question, let me just bring on out my co-host and introduce her to you. I don't know if you ever met her before. Her name is Empress Aisha Amor. Empress Aisha Amor here is Abundance Child. Give her a round. Abundance, this is Empress
Child. Oh my goodness, this is
yes.
Pleasure to meet you. It's such a pleasure. It's an honor as well.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you. I was reading about you and watching videos about you, and I was like, oh my gosh, where have I been? Where have I been?
Oh my goodness.
I should have been listening to you for the longest. You're amazing.
Yeah, you was hiding. She was hiding in the cheeks. I know. Yeah, no, just massage him. Just massage him. Everything's all right.
I was like, wow. You know what's so amazing? What's so good about you, Abundance Child, is that when you got the message, when you heard whatever you heard, you went for it. You wasn't fearful of it. You just dived in and said, "This is me." And that's something that most of us cannot do. We cannot just transition, say, "Oh no, this is me." We be like, "Okay, I like that, but maybe, but I still want to go have my chocolate candy bar and so whatever that we want to do." So the fact that you actually dived in and just went for it and then turned back, that's phenomenal. That's
and Abundance Child, she has 2 daughters like yourself. And I know it could be a struggle, especially without, relationships and all that kind of stuff. And I want you to share with the audience some of the tools of inner peace that you've used over the years to not just maintain yourself, but maintain your daughters and also the extended family around you, please.
A lot, and I want everybody to, everything that I say, just take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe anything that I say. Go do your research so that you can magnetize what it is that you need for your own life. This is my own personal experience, and a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you are in retrospect. They are in retrospect because that thing that the sister was talking about that I had that a lot of other people don't have, they have it too. We all have a mind. We all have an aura. We all have an inner self. We all have a thing that guides us. And, especially in America, we don't come from a certain type of religious or a spiritual culture, or just a culture in general that teaches that about ourselves. So as we're moving on in life, we start erasing all of the messages that our aura is actually giving us. And we only recognize sometimes our own mind through the reflection of other people. So that's good on one level, but you can't run your life through other people's memes, other people's propaganda, other people's messages and things like that. So that thing that I have that everybody else thinks that they don't have, I think is inaccurate. I think people just haven't tapped into it, and tapping into it is just themselves. And it's become a cliche of knowledge of self. So first and foremost, I have that, you have that. And when I say that I'm well guided, it's because I actually tap into that myself before I tap into anything else. Before I tap into any other Orisha, before I tap into Ifa, I tap into my own mind, my own self, that thing that is connected to the Most High, that makes me part and parcel to the Most High, God, whatever you want to call it. And that was my first step. And a lot of times we don't even realize it until we hit rock bottom. So rock bottom for me was the state took my children from me because I refused to testify in a case. And I had already been doing my research. I had already been studying. I didn't have my children in hospitals. I didn't get credentials for them like Social Security and birth certificates. And I had followed all of those rules. And when they, tried to entice myself, my family, and my children to slavery, it's like I could literally feel the ancestors stand up and say, we not do this. This is not a contract that I made to have on this earth. I heard myself say, you're going to go get your children. That same self that even thinks that way when I'm like, how come, these African nations didn't come get us if we're all African, right? It's a whole nother conversation. But that I heard myself say, you got to do something. So that's how I started telling my story. But that self was always there. I just finally tuned in and listened.
And a lot of people out there, Abundance is going through a lot of stuff, especially since what's been happening. And I've lost a few. Heard about friends that I've lost. I've heard one or two relatives that I nearly lost, but one I did lose, who was my auntie, who was Cuban Jamaican, and she was 90 something years old, and she lived a long life, but she probably could have lived longer if she wasn't in that home and contracted whatever they got out there in this world, right? Because one thing about her, she always invited me to Jamaica or Cuba when she was traveling with her 12 children from her one husband. He passed a long time. My Uncle Roy, he passed on years ago. But she always called me and my sister for some reason. I couldn't make it sometimes and all that. And then, seeing that matriarch, that empress, I won't even say matriarch because they ruled together as one. And I watched them. And why I said about your tools of inner peace, because they were once my inner peace, watching relationships and how when they came together, they danced. They loved to dance, and they kept that alive through 12 children together. And they did their work. So I asked about that inner peace because I know people are seeking inner peace right now because of what has transpired on the earth and how the ancestors are working behind the scenes still. Forgive me, I'm letting off some tears because I feel it. And I remember that when we look back into time to the good times of our life, the good family members that did good for us or that showed us good, that was my inner peace. So that inner peace that I asked for, I want the people to really know, because, me and you have talked privately.
Yes, sir.
Many times. And we got to be transparent as much as we can to the people to let them know that and you have been, and that we are real people. We're not somebody that they can't walk up on us and talk to us or come to your restaurants or come study under you or come study under Sister Aisha. We're real people. So I say that about the tools of inner peace, because you've had multiple tools. You have a whole big ass toolbox that brought you peace.
Yeah.
And I want to stretch forth. I know Sister Aisha Empress Aisha have a question, but I just want you to give them a little more, because I know you got more. Yeah.
So one of the tools that I want people to have, and I hope this will be comfort to people, is that we all, even if you have Islam in your background, even if you have, Lukumi, Santeria, Apollo, whatever, there's a lot of separation. And I think one of the things that brought me comfort was that in the technology intelligence system that I'm speaking of, there is no separation. There is no heaven and there is no hell. There is no evil and all of this type of stuff, right? One that made me feel good because I did come from a strong Christian background. And that always made me feel some type of way, this whole heaven and hell thing. And then, of course, as we evolve into the conscious and to consciousness, and the conscious community will say, well, heaven and earth, no, heaven, you make your heaven and earth on, on earth, stuff like that. That was very cliche to me. And I still was like, I really don't know how to apply that. What I found out is through Ifa, through the Yoruba culture, and the religion, was that there is no spook savior. We often have learned that. And that Olorun doesn't, so-called heaven doesn't actually equate to heaven. It actually means that the physical and the spiritual exist simultaneously at the same time. We are never alone. That everything is being recorded. That we are all the accumulation of every single ancestor that preceded before us. Some of them who had evolved in their consciousness are actually ordained and assigned to be helping us. Some people, just because they were our flesh and blood family, they go on to a different realm, but that doesn't mean that they're assigned to be helping us, because they didn't do that they didn't give us that type of assistance in this life. That really helped me. So I'm hoping that will help other people too, to know that it is not a cliche. We are actually not alone. That just like when we die here, we die, people will be sad. But when we were born, in the realm that exists simultaneously and parallel to this, people were sad when we were born. So that we should not be forgetting our spiritual family. We should not be forgetting where we came from. Like, we always want to make a big deal of, we're Aboriginal Indigenous people to this earth. But where are you Aboriginal Indigenous to spiritual? What is your spiritual lineage? Where did you ascend from, as far as when the earth was being created, when the universe was being created? What lineage spiritually did you come from? That line will not ever, ever be broken. I don't know about anybody else, but I actually find comfort in that. And once I started finding comfort in that, just as on this earth, I started looking for my genealogy on Ancestry.com through birth records and death records and things like that. I started telling myself I wanted to find what my spiritual lineage is, so that everything on earth could start manifesting more smooth, more calm, without as much drama, without as much problems, because I already did that sacrifice in this life. I already had the bad relationships. I've already suffered the molestation. I've already suffered the abuse. Those are the things that I contracted to make me who I am now. But what are the virtues that exist in this universe that I need to be mimicking, that I need to be magnetizing? How do I evolve the Orisha of abundance child? Do I need to look to Oshun? Do I need to look to Obatala? Do I need to look to Ifa? So that is the technology that I'm speaking of. It's tapping into your actual spiritual lineage and finding out what your spiritual contract is, so that you won't have to be suffering so much in this life.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for that. Go ahead, Empress Aisha, please.
I love what you said, because you know what? It's like a lot of us have, like you said earlier, we all have that spiritual call, and we all have something within us that calls at us, and it's just up to us to listen to it. So to find that comfort in your spirituality in the spiritual realm is like amazing. Like that's like key to survive, especially during this era that we're living in right now. And I don't really have a question per se. I just wanted to just like feed off of that, like just to come back at that one. Just like, I think that is so powerful what you said, and it's very significant. And then when you talk about Oshun, and I don't really know much about Oshun and the other what's the other one you mentioned? Abatu.
Obatala. I said Obatala.
And it's like, I recently heard about them during like during a song that I was listening to by this group called Oshun. These two girls, and they were singing about Oshun, and I'm hearing about like different days, and I'm like, you know what? This is very interesting. And like, okay, and I see the sisters how they were singing. It was just powerful, and it's like, I like the fact that you actually was talking about Oshun and different spiritual perspective of how we should move forward in life, you know, instead of just getting stuck in a religion, no matter if you're Islam or Christianity, whatever, because those religions, to me, even though they're good, they do have a set foundation, you know. Like for me, my background is Islam, so it gave me a foundation. But I always felt lost in Islam. I always felt like that wasn't my place in life. And so once I to understanding that there's more to, you know, to the spiritual realm than religion, and then from a religious perspective, it actually paralyzed me, you know, for a long time. It paralyzed me because I'm like, it was a spiritual tug of war, you know, and a lot of us go through that. So it's like, how did you get past the spiritual? I mean, did you go through a spiritual tug of war between Christianity and spirituality? Like, you know, that's a very challenging place to be, because you feel like you feel good because you know that there's something else out there, but at the same time, it's like a sense. For me, it was like a sense of displacement. I was still not grounded in my spirituality. I just was not grounded. How do you find grounded?
I didn't have a spiritual tug of war, not ever. I am the same person today that I was when I was born. I mean, my character and knowledge of self have changed and things like that, but the core of who I am is the same. So that is my spirituality. What I did have a tug of war with was religion. It is my personal opinion that one's religion is how they think, how they talk, how they act, how you treat other people. It's your habits, it's your daily rituals that make up who you are and make up your culture. You can define yourself as a Christian or a Muslim or a Hebrew or an Israelite, but that doesn't mean that that's your religion. That's just your tag. That's just your brand. Your religion to me is your medium. It's the wisdom in action of you applying the mediumship of something that somebody already else brought to the table. For example, Ifa has religion, but it's not religion. Ifa has music in it and poetry and Eshe Ifa verses and things like that, but it is not just that. Ifa has an amazing divinatory aspect, but Ifa is not just divination. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my tug of war was with my character. My tug of war was, how am I treating people? And then I had to look into what my medium was going to be so that it could be the vessel for my delivery of my spirituality. And my spirituality is my mind, my ori, because my ori holds my destiny. That's why we hold it in two hands, in our own hands. Nobody else can have your destiny in their hands. It is up to you because you have your own personal relationship with your source, with your creator, with your spiritual lineage. And the signs are all around you. A lot of times we personify Orisha because, they did have incarnations in this lifetime on earth. However, the way I was taught by my godmother, Iya Olokunle, out of Ile Igoke Temple, we were taught not to personify the Orisha or not to personify the Irumule, that they are forces in nature. So the way Obatala showed up for me in my life, for example, was I saw that I was separated from my biological father and he had an alcohol problem, and that my grandmother died 10 years before I was born because she had an alcohol problem. And my grandmother on that same side died like 3 or 4 years before I was born, and he had an alcohol problem. My Ori told me a long time ago that I'm not going to be somebody who drinks. Like, I don't drink. I'm in my family, I don't have addiction. And so as I started learning about Irumule and Orisha culture, I realized like one of the taboos for children of Obatala is like they probably shouldn't be drinking and things like that. I didn't grow up in that culture, but I had a strong mind. Something said like I don't want to be one of my mom's children that is known for drinking and smoking and things like that. And even though I had that same mind, I also didn't want to be the one that had 2 children by 2 different fathers either. I didn't do so well in that area. But that's another way that Oshun showed up in my life. It's not just about, she has unconditional love, because that is the thing that is the tie in the universe. There is nothing that can exist without love. There's nothing that can exist without her fluidity, her waters. But we often don't love ourselves. Oshun often are the people who are last. So Oshun showed up for me in that way. For some people, Oshun shows up because they see a Beyonce video and they watch Lemonade, and so they understand the physical effigy of Oshun being represented on earth. It's the virtues that come out of Christianity, the virtues that come out of Islam, the virtue that come out of all these main religions. That is the technology that I'm speaking of, that is ancestral, and that we have to tap into. And the way you tap into it is by looking at your parents and looking at their parents and defining yourself in the way that they define themselves. Did your parents define them as themselves as Black? Did they define themselves as Christian? Well, look into that. And what were the virtues that you got from that? Did their Christianity have you going to church and fellowshipping? Did their Christianity have you sitting down at the table saying, Lord, we give thanks for this food? Did your Christianity say, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep? I started using the virtues of those things that my ancestors brought and aligning it to me. And that's how I didn't have that tug of war with religion anymore. I stopped dealing with the tags and the labels of Islamism. What I got from Islamism and more science was love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I see love as the first principle. I see the mother as the first principle. That's what I see love as, because everybody comes through a mother. I see love as a gungun type of energy. That's how I started playing things out in my head and stopped going so much with the labels and the tags. That is the intelligence and the technology that I'm talking about that we are underutilizing as a people, because we are so busy following after what somebody else gave us, following somebody's script on everything: how to eat, how to raise our children, where we put them into school, what we call ourselves. Like, we're just calling ourselves Black because everybody else called ourselves Black. But our primordial ancestors didn't call themselves Black. They were part of some type of organization, some type of tribe. But your Ori has to lead you. You have to listen inside to find out who you are. It's all inside of you already. You don't have to listen to me or anybody else to find that. I mean, although I'm grateful to be a messenger and to be able to share my experience, I'm just saying what I have, everybody else has. We just don't tap into it because we don't spend time on ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. Those that are just tuning in, please like, share, thumb up the video. And because we're building algorithms here, because we want to make sure people get the information. Of course, our dear Abundance Child, you can actually contact our beautiful sister by emailing her. I'm not going to give you her number. She won't know everybody just bombard her. So her email is abundancechild@gmail.
No, it's not.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
not it.
Let's give them askabundance@gmail.
Oh, Ask Abundance. Okay, so that's okay. Let's change that. Askabundance@gmail.
I apologize.
But she got her Cash App is $Abundance Child. Let's not play with that. Ask Abundance. You said Askabundance@gmail. You said
yes.
Okay, so let me change that. See, one thing about StreamYard, I could change it in midstream. Ask Abundance, and that's ASK Abundance, right?
Yes.
At Gmail. Okay, got it. Okay, just want to make sure. Throwing it back up there. Okay, like it says, askabundance@gmail. Throwing it back up there for y'all to read. See, there it is. Show love through Cash App, $Abundance Child. The website, dropsquadkitchen.com. And of course, the School of Ifa. School of Ifa, saying it right, .org. Now, for the laymen that don't know, what are the Oris and how would you make their connections to every other religious so people can understand what the Oris are?
I would say, your Ori is what people define as your first mind.
Okay.
You know that thing where you're on the highway and someone's just like, let me slow my behind down.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, a cop is like, boom, and you're like, oh God, wow, I'm so glad. Like, oh, that gut feeling, like, oh, that gut feeling you get. So we have our Ori that is, our physical effigy, our Ori, my beautiful face that I have here, my head, that houses my brain. And that gut feeling, that navel, right, we all have a navel. That's your Ori Inu. That is your connection to your higher self, your connection to your innermost self, your connection to the Most High God, that personal connect that you have, right? And it's also it's a lineage thing. It's just a great spiritual technology that cannot be duplicated by Europeans. Like, they came late in the game, and they if you guys got to read the terms and service for your Instagram, and I read it the other day because I saw it pop up. But for your Instagram and for your Facebook, they're straight telling you, we will use your picture, will you be using your messages, we will be using this, we'll be using that. Ancestors were already on that. They were already on that. You have an Ori connection to your mother's side and to your father's side. We have all of that inside of us. We have every single thing that they ever thought of, that they ever did, all the good, all the bad is inside of us. We just have to listen and we have to tap in. If this blood lineage wasn't important, then the Quran, Christianity, the Bible, none of them would be speaking of animal sacrifice and all of that type of stuff if the blood wasn't important. All of these religions were sacrificing. You know what I mean? Even sons was about to be sacrificed. It was like, hold up now. I see how serious you are. Okay? You don't have to sacrifice your son. We don't need this burnt offering, right? So our blood is very important. There is a technology, there is a science, there's an intelligence in that. We are walking vessels. That is proof and point that we are other, that we are not just here, that we really are humans having a spiritual beings having a human experience. And that everything that ever was and ever will be, it's already happened. We just are here to be on our best behavior and experience it. We already know mama gonna make sure that we have something to eat, but you're gonna be like, where my motherfucking food at, mom? You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Or just gonna be like, I thank you very much for this offering. Let me put some aside and share with anybody else that needs some. It's our character and our behavior and how we're having this experience that's dictating how tomorrow will be. So, yeah, that's what I call the 24-hour lifetime, We wake up every day. I call it the 24-hour lifetime. We wake up every day to continue what we were doing yesterday. So our past life was actually yesterday. Our past life was actually a week ago. Like, we trying to make it look like the past life experience was like 1,000 years ago. Why don't you tap into who you were yesterday? Did you stop procrastinating? Because procrastination, you know what I mean? Right. It doesn't have to be a lie. We try to get too big and too spooky. We you know what I mean? We're doing the most. And it's because we are in the age of information and we're getting inundated with a lot of information. But the information is already here. It's already within. The chakras, are very real. Like, you are what you eat is very real. These are real tangible things that you can utilize. Like, instead of trying to make offering to Oshun with oranges and all of this type of stuff at the river, why don't you feed that to yourself? Why don't you invoke love of yourself first as a primordial principle and start eating fresh fruits and sweeten your life? Because your life will surely be more smooth if you wake up and you have fresh fruits and water and tea with lemon and things like that, than if you have some frosted flakes by somebody's family. We don't know who made that. You know what I mean? We don't know what kind of energy got put into that. That is how you start embodying these Orisha, these deities, the Netaru. It's within you. You don't go look outside to something outside and be like, hey, I need you to do this for me. No, you need to be a mirror reflection of that energy. So that's why I use the story of Obatala in my family. Like, I see that is an ancestral lineage for my family. And so I see it show up in my brother, because somebody could say something like, you ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why this and why that. And he'll just be like, oh, well, thank you for telling me. And you might want to look in the mirror. Where I'd be like, who the F you think you talk to, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I mean? I see that. And so in my own ancestral lineage, do I need to go get a Obatala shrine in order to respect the virtue of Obatala? No, I want to be more like my brother Raza Moon Rael. I want to be more like him, because I know no matter what, that man is not going to raise his voice. Some of you actually saw that in your own, flesh and blood lineage. You see in Oshun, because that woman's house was so clean you could eat off the floor. You see sisters that's holding it down front line. You know what I mean? When anything happens, they moving everything. That's that Oya energy. Very big in sisterhood and stuff like that. Not petty. You know what I mean? Will ride or die. I am my sister's keeper. We see those sisters who, I'm just saying, you see the Orisha showing up in one another, because they are reflections. We are reflections of each other. That is a major spiritual technology that I'm talking about. But these books that you read on Orisha culture, these groups that you're in, they're going to tell you that you need to go and get some oranges and some honey and some cinnamon and go to the river and talking to the oranges and be lighting candles and doing all that type of stuff. Okay, that's fine. But did you do that for yourself first? Did you take a bath and put some honey in that bath and some oranges and cinnamon in that bath and enjoy yourself and use that water, because water holds memory, and say, listen, I want to heal. I want to be more creative in my life. I want to be more, have more fertility in my life. I need to bring more abundance in my life. What type of sacrifice and Ebo are you doing in your own life before you're trying to go out there and do it with some foreign entity that you haven't even recognized in yourself first? This is a major technology that we have as melanated people. We just not tapping into it.
Right. Now, abundance. Those that are tuning in, please share, share, like, share, like, and thumb up the video. We want to be able to express. And
thank you.
Yes. Yes. Big up to all the people that's tuning in. Like, again, over 70 to more, going into 100 people that's tuning in. Enough respect to y'all. If y'all do want to ask a question, please write it in the chat clearly. I don't think anybody can come up with chicken scratch on chat, but they do. It happens. The people, I'm so surprised when they do that. Happy Savior's Day to the Nation of Islam brothers and sisters out there. Celebrate Savior's Day. Big up to all of y'all out there. Enough respect to y'all. Now, what do you say about relationships in regards to the system that you're under? Would someone that practices and study or connected to the Ori or the Orishas, are they able to link with or deal with people that are Muslims or Christians or Hebrews in that sense and have a real respectable marriage?
Well, in the beginning was the Word.
Okay.
And the Word was with God. So
okay, let's do it.
There is nothing, from when a child is going to be born to when somebody's going to die, that Larry Ikpen, Arumila, Ifa cannot answer. So this is that technology I'm talking about. We all have these answers inside. We all have relationships. We all know the first 2 to 3 weeks to 3 months, we got those red flags, but you just wanted to be comfortable. That brother was, he had that stroke. Or, that sister, she made that good food. And, as long as you stay with her, she going to have good house, good home. But, you don't really want to be in a monogamous situation. But, that sister ain't going nowhere. You already know on the inside if you should be dealing with somebody or not. But anything where there is any type of confusion and you just don't know, that is a great time to reach out to people who are well trained and well versed in divination to ask those types of questions. Because Ifa surely will tell you there will be a great ancestor that will come down in the form of an Olodu and Odu and speak to you about your past, your present, and your future life. Will tell you a story about what is exactly going on right now. Those are the times where you reach out to train people who are trained in that aspect, so that they might tell you, in fact, that you actually need to continue on the path of Islam. You need to continue on the path of Christianity. That is a great medium for you. Stay with that. Sometimes Ifa will instruct you to just keep doing what it is that you're doing.
Right.
Or sometimes it might say, you know, wherever you are right now, you need to leave that place because it's not bringing you anything. It's not giving you anything. It's not helping you spiritually. And if something's not helping you spiritually, you're not going to be able to manifest your blessings on earth, right? So this is why you want to really, really tap into your first mind. That means when you go to sleep at night, you want to ask for your protection. You want to ask to be well guided. When you wake up, you want to be talking to your mind and say, hey, today I need today to be smooth. Please keep me from being triggered and talking in a way that I'm not used to talking. You know, my rent is coming up. Please help me to be creative about how it is that I can attract this type of finance so that I'm not bringing any suffering to my family or we don't have any late fees. Like, you want to start having a relationship with yourself. A relationship with yourself, that means that you might have to get up. If you like to get up and get on Facebook, you might want to have to get up an hour earlier than that to just talk with yourself before you start talking to everybody else online that wants to put in their advice about how your life should go. You saw a great meme and it just has to be, you know, perfect. It's like, oh yeah, my ancestors are my best friends. You posted that, but your ancestors really aren't your best friends because you have no conversation with them. You don't even talk to your mama. You don't even talk to your father. Those are your ancestors. You're not even having a relationship with your children. Those are your ancestors. You're not even talking to yourself. You are your ancestors. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're doing too much. So once you figure out and you start having a relationship with yourself and you're just really like, okay, I don't talk to my Ori every day. I still cannot figure out why nothing is working right in my life right now. I'm going to work. I'm never late. You might go to E5, and E5 is just like, you need to quit that job. You yourself should not be doing workforce development. You should be working with food. You should be working with food. You should be feeding lots of people. You know, you're going to be, that is your ministry. You're going to be healing people. You're going to find fortune in that way. Yeah, work with food. Quit your job. What? Quit. Don't worry about it. The blessings will come. The way is open. You need to come and make sacrifice. The sacrifice here is you quitting your job. You're not supposed to be giving your ancestral energy to somebody else, somebody else's family. You're supposed to be blessing your bloodline. They gave you, I'm actually speaking for myself. Like, this is kind of a true story. I thought when I got fired from career team, you know, doing workforce development, and I was doing my Abundance Child Worldwide show and everything, I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to go and apply for these food stamps and all this type of stuff. My ancestor spoke to me. Do you know who that ancestor was? That was my mother. My living ancestor said, Abundance, you going up and down the road to King Simon lectures, making stuff that people love your food. We have a whole freaking restaurant right here. Why don't you sell some of your stuff in here? Like, just start selling some smoothies, start selling your kale salad. All that shea and butter products you got, you love truth, peace, freedom, put that on there. I couldn't keep that stuff in there to the point where I was just like, I don't want to be sending out packages of stuff. Next thing you know, my first year I made $12,000. I mean, that was nothing. You know what I mean? That was nothing, but I was working at my mom's restaurant. It was no big thing. The next year, when I say I profited. I profited $40,000. The next year I profited $250,000. That was 2016. This is 2021. I listened to my living ancestor. It's not that deep. Honor thy mother and thy father, and your days will be longer. It's not that deep.
Go ahead, Sister Empress Aisha. Please share your question.
I love that how you talk about your ancestors, you know, and it's like, you know, sometimes I wonder, like, how the people that you listen to, like, for example, I have listened to people, you know, I have listened to my mother in certain situations, and I found out that my life did not turn out the way I wanted it to, you know. And I found that my life was end up in a cycle because of a cycle where, because she was guiding me based on her experience. But because she never truly dealt with her traumas in her life and certain things in her life, that when she was ready to guide me, it wasn't beneficial to me. And I found that my guidance came from within. All my guidance came from within. It was like this inner voice saying, "Don't do that." But my mom told me to do that, so I went and did that. But that voice told me not to. So I had to learn to listen to myself. And then like there are other ancestors, like you said, like there's family that's ancestors, like my aunties and certain people like that, family members that would give me good advice, and I would listen to them, or friends, you know. So it's like that inner voice. My thing is the inner voice, you know. It's like to find that balance in your life, to listen to that inner voice, and to listen to the inner voice that's guiding you to listen to someone else. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like reminiscing and going back into my past and thinking about certain things. But let me just give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. I remember when I first reunited with my mother. I wasn't raised by her, but when I was reunited with her, I was like about 17, going on 18. And I remember at one point she said, "Go and apply for food stamps." Now I was like under 21. It's like, and I'm thinking in my spirit, oh, I could go get a job and I could do this. And I'm thinking I could do this. I'm like, I don't need to get no food stamps. But I went anyway because she was like, go get it. And I was going to listen. Okay, I'm going to listen to my mom. I'm not going to argue with her. I'm going to do this. And then when I went, the lady who was doing my application, the caseworker, she was like, "Baby, don't do this. Why are you doing this? Why are you here?" I was like, but to me, she was the ancestor that I was supposed to be listening to during that time. But I didn't listen to her, but I felt in my spirit to listen to this woman. But my other part of me was like, no, your mom said do this. Listen to your mother, you know? So, and to me, that led me on a path where I have found myself in a loop, because it seemed like once you get into that lifestyle, you know, you kind of like lose that drive. You don't have that hunger no more, because you already got somebody to feed you. You're already eating, so you don't have a drive to go and get the food, because you know that food money is coming. But if you're hungry enough, you're going to figure out, okay, I'm going to get up and find a way to get this food. I'm going to find out what I can do. I'm going to get creative. I'm going to do something. So it's like, how did you know to listen to your mother? Like, how did you know to hear her and to know that what she was saying was your truth?
Because I came through her womb, first of all. And number two, as I said before, I go to any other Orisha, I go to my Ori first. I appease my Ori first, so that I have the discernment to know which virtues that I need to be utilizing on this day or in this life. Your mother didn't steer you wrong. She told you to go and get food stamps. And so by listening to her, you received the blessing of another Orisha that was in your presence, that told you and confirmed with your Ori that you needed to be doing something else. Do you understand what I'm saying? My mother has been telling me forever, you need to teach. But to me, what she was saying was, you need to get a degree, because that's how I raised you. I didn't spend, $17,000 a year for you to go to this great high school and then go to college for you to just be doing what I'm doing now. Like, that was a big fight. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you need a regular job. Like, what do you mean? You're not immunizing your children. What's wrong with you? Like, you grew up with healthcare. You went to the dentist. Like, what do you mean tooth powder? What do you mean vegan? Like, I went through a lot of that type of stuff. But my mom, what I learned was that we have a royalty about us. There is something that she expected from me. It didn't matter if I was, doing the conscious version or not. You need to be teaching. In her mind, teaching looks like you have a degree and that I'm a professor at university. But what she said was not right. I'm always like, oh my God, my was but by virtue of doing that, because the way that I was raised, I've never been on food stamps for more than like a month or two. You know what I mean? Like there was always some opportunity, like a workforce development program. And it was like, girl, I'm so glad you came in here. I think you would be perfect for working at DART. We need somebody in the complaints department. Next thing I was working there, then working at Verizon, or, that life. So, again, I think it's most important that you follow your mind. You're doing right by that. But there is a reason why you chose to come through your mother.
Yes.
And sometimes we choose to come through our parents, not necessarily for them, but for the strength of the ancestral line. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There were some people that came before them because we are ancestors that we needed that ride or die assistance from that we cannot see. And so sometimes it looks like you were born and somebody gave you up for adoption, and you might have had a better life to help you assist with your errands on this earth. But your spiritual line, your spiritual lineage is always there pushing and guiding you, whether you knew it or not, because you chose to incarnate into that lineage. So do not doubt why you chose to come through a lineage with your mother and father. You are half your mother, you are half your father. You chose that. And what we need to be doing as a people is trying to figure out what part of our father's lineage is standing up in us, and that gives us the strength. For example, on my father's side, I realize I get logic and reason, and as a true Pisces, I need that. I need my father's Aquarian logic and reason and things like that. My mother's side, which is very water, very matriarchal, that's what gives me the strength that I have. I get that from the matriarchal lineage that I have. I come from a very matriarchal lineage. But my father's side, all those men are, I learned, are they're all married. And these relationships are 20, 30, 40 years. All the men are successful in that family. All the men are Ogun energy, Ogun Obatala energy. All of them were in the military. Every single one of them. You know what I mean? These are the things that I learned. And when I started even doing more lineage, I'm like, oh my God, on my father's side, we're the free blacks of Israel Hill. These people made their own settlement and had their own schools and their own commerce. I'm like, no wonder I'm like that. I'm a descendant of the Chavis line, the Locklear line, the Lowry line, the Brooks line. These are straight 100% pure blood Cherokee Lumbee tribe. No wonder I'm about that Aboriginal indigenous. But also on my mother's father's side, we descend from Haiti all the way through Ghana and also Benin. Here comes my attention to my ancestors were like, you really need these formulas of a Orisha lifestyle. Like you really need to learn some of these things so that your daughters and their children will have these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm starting to understand my lineage, but I had to put in that work. I had to do my self work. I had to do learn myself, and not learn myself because I went to somebody's lecture and they told me that I was a Moor. My ancestors were like, "You're not no more." I'm like, "What?" Yo, I'm being honest.
I know that shocked you.
But they were like, you needed to go through that school of thought because
Right.
you needed to understand government law and commerce. My ancestors are speaking up to me right now, and they're like, if the education that we need right now is you need to know corporate law. You need to understand Constitution of your MF self. You know what I mean? Your nation, which is your ancestors, your lineage, so that you know how to walk, talk, and to interact with the state. Because we all chose to incarnate right now into a time where birth certificates, driver's license, passports are all important. Ain't nobody going anywhere without a passport unless you want to get your dough up and have a private line, a private jet where you can do these types of things. My ancestors are speaking loud to me, and they're like, Abundance, you're doing a great job. You will have the private jet. You're doing that. You said you wanted to be a trillionaire by the age of such and such. Were we going to do that? You said you wanted to have international relationships. Well, we're doing that. They might be small, but we're doing it. But that's because I took time and I was obedient and I listened. Ain't nobody want to be standing up in Drop Squad kitchen talking about, did you want extra dressing on that salad? You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I retired from that. Now I'm working on some other things. But that was the sacrifice that was required of me to make. Because in doing that, I have helped heal a lot of people. Right? You know, with food and stuff like that. But they're saying to me now, like, that's where your finance is going to come from, but your fortune is actually going to come from teaching people about ancestral spiritual intelligence. I had to go through a lot to find that out. Like, okay, that's why I haven't been able to come back and do Abundance Child Live, because I'm not supposed to come back talking about nationality, commerce, birthright, and all that type of stuff. I'm supposed to have, these are the types of conversations I'm supposed to be having, but it took a lot for me to get there.
Yes. And it was a necessary journey.
Yeah.
Necessary journey, transformation. And, those that are just tuning in, those that are just coming in, of course, the protocol is to share. Please like and share the video. Please like and share the video. And of course, thumb up the video, because we want to keep these algorithms popping and making sure that everybody get this wisdom that our dear queen and not queen, Empress Abundance Child is sharing. I don't even like using that word queen anymore. I've been stopped using it. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. Like I said, please like, thumb up, and share the video, and show love through King Simon. Don't send me super chat. Please don't send me super chat. YouTube been playing games. So do King Simon, $ King Simon 3158, or PayPal me .me/King Simon. They've been playing games, so I'm not gonna play games with them. I'm gonna keep it moving, because that's how me Abundance Child know me, for keeping it moving. That's what we do. We keep
it moving, don't stop. No.
That we had to stop playing movement. We kept it moving.
Gosh.
Kept it simple. You know what I'm saying? I think, there, Aisha went out for, let me bring Aisha back. Where you at, Aisha? I seen you went out for a minute there. Okay. Your computer dancing with you, huh, Empress? Your computer dancing. It's doing a boogaloo. But I can't hear you. I think you're on mute. You muted yourself.
I said it's okay. It gave me time to send some love, so I just was able to send some love. So that's good.
Thank you to Sister Pat Hinton for sending me love. I love it. I love it.
Hey, let's talk about Drop Squad, because we know people can't have a healthy relationship with anything. There have to be a balance. So I know you are a ministry. You have a ministry when it deals with food. Please tell the audience about Drop Squad Kitchen and how that has you've done great work even through this whole reset that's been going on around the world. Please talk about your Drop Squad Kitchen in the territory of Wilmington, Delaware.
So as I was telling you, I've been well guided, especially since I started being obedient and started getting divinations on the regular, obviously learning how to divine for myself. But even before that, just listening to my Ori, listening to my ancestors, right? My living ancestors. And the more I stayed obedient, the more I just noticed, like, the flow just started coming. Like, I started living up to my name, Abundance Child, like my actual birth name. And I realized, like, what they were saying, that this is my ministry. This is not something that I can take lightly. I cannot hold this ministry with levity hands. It is my job. I come from a lineage. We are to wake up early in the morning with a smile on our face to be helping other people. As I have to let my daughter know, who is the server, that people are coming in here sick. They are feeding for our food. They want our food. Nobody makes vegan food in the tri-state area like ours. They don't want to eat a regular cheesesteak, so they come in to get our cheesesteak. Please be patient with them. So because of that, I was like, I see what's going on. Drop Squad Kitchen is my food ministry. It's under the umbrella of Abundance Child Ministries Incorporated, as a nonprofit religious organization, which is underneath ICON, Intercontinental Church of Nature. This is where that government law and commerce and all that studying and, you know, studying more science came in for me to set up and secure an entity for my family so that we can be of service, but that we can be taking care of our private side, right? So we're interfacing with the United States, the U.S, not the USA, as a religious organization called Abundance Child Ministries. I am an initiated working Ianifa, and my food ministry is Drop Squad Kitchen, trademarked. Unapologetically healthy, trademarked. The children that we work with in that restaurant is Girl Society, trademarked. Order Mother Earth, trademarked. You understand what I'm saying? So all these things that were just like these little things that I was doing to get by so that I can have a sisterhood, I created Order Mother Earth so that my daughters can have fellowship and so they can socialize as being homeschooled. I created Girl Society. These things actually became real movements in our community, and now we all exist and use Drop Squad Kitchen as the Girl Scout cookies for the ministry, which is Abundance Child Ministries. Our whole purpose with Drop Squad Kitchen is to utilize food to bring people together so that we can be the change that we're advocating for. So when you come into Drop Squad Kitchen, while you're waiting for that long 45-minute wait, because we make everything fresh, we don't have anything frozen. If you want mac and cheese, it's because that mac and cheese is going into an oven and it's getting cooked, and it's a 16-minute mac. So while you're waiting, we have King Simon's books there for you to read or to purchase. We have When Rocks Cry Out there for you to understand that who we are, and that all this mythology that they have been selling us is actually our history. We have all the Minister Inky books, all the Brother Polite books, all the people that I have been rolling with all of this time.
It's true.
You can find the books at Drop Squad Kitchen. You so it's a vibe there. It's a vibe there. You will find books from Ayala Kumare in there. You will find books from any well-known person who's written on Orisha culture. We have the book, the Dilagoon in there. We have Chief Fama's book in there. We have Ephism in there. Anything that I have ever read is in Drop Squad Kitchen for you to have access to. And if I'm really feeling it, I might have extra copies in there, like King Simon's Numerovation books, because I really want you to have access to them. And if I have them, it's because I got them directly from the source. So you're not paying anybody's Amazon or anything. You are supporting myself and King Simon. You're supporting myself and Dr. Umar Johnson. You're supporting myself and Ali Muhammad. You're supporting myself and Ayala Kumare. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a result of me being obedient. This is not just me selling some vegan food. It's not. I'm constantly getting downloads because I want my people to be healthy. You cannot even comprehend these concepts of what I'm talking about because you are not being healthy. And healthy does not mean vegan, okay? My mom is one of the healthiest people that I know, and she still eats pork. And it's okay for her to eat pork because as far as we know, there's no taboo. She didn't make a contract. She has no spiritual contract that says that she cannot eat those things. However, some people might have a spiritual contract to be Muslim or to be Jewish. So therefore, they have a taboo that they cannot eat those things, okay? This is where spirituality, Dr. Jewel Pookrum talked about that. She was like, it's all about the energy that you put on a thing. Somebody could be eating an orange and has such negative energy that the orange is going to be worse than the person who is righteous and eats pork. So I really want us to really start working with ourselves, our own mind, and not what everybody else is feeding to us. It's okay. It's okay to use the left hand to wash the right hand and make both hands clean so that we can work with other people and that we can have clean hands in doing the community work that we're doing. But what comes first is your family. What comes first is your nation. And that is a result of your lineage, your spiritual lineage made manifested to this flesh and blood that we are right now. And so Drop Squad Kitchen is one of my ministries. And I'm very thankful because I do not want for anything monetarily. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I am on purpose. Now, I might not be living, the best life that I want where you can see me taking pictures in all these different countries. That might come. But right now, Food, shelter, clothing, transportation, education, all of that is taken care of. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And that's because I tapped in. I thought I was doing what I was doing before when I was on Blog Talk. I had a lot of followers. I was very popular. I was broke, straight up. Like,
exactly. Yes,
you know what I mean? Like, not only broke physically, but broke spiritually. Like, I would attract beautiful men and couldn't keep them because I had a horrible mouth. I didn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a horrible mouth. I was just holding on to so much pain. People who have been hurt, who have been abused, sometimes they abuse other people. And that's who I was.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I finally let go of that and I started working with the food and I started putting my hands in fresh fruits and vegetables and things like that and started using that in my life started actually changing. I started being able to be on a different frequency, and it was just like, oh, okay, right. You shouldn't be talking about that. That has nothing to do with our family. You didn't come here to be talking about that. Okay, yeah, you want to take that information because, yeah, you got your children back from that, but that's not your claim to fame, right? You better never have another show where you're talking about nationality is the order of the day. Let somebody else say that. Because honestly, those people who are walking around talking about nationality is the order of the day, let's look at their lifestyle. Are they able to travel in and out of the country in their nationality? Are they able to have storefronts in their nationality and have commerce with the United States? Because that is a foreign entity as long as you're using somebody else's money. You know what I mean? Like, how are you doing that? So, no disrespect, but my ancestors was like, honey, that's not your lane. We're going to, thank you for going in that lane, but we're going to show you how to do it this way. You need to focus on food. You need to focus on women and children. You actually, Abundance, need to do these types of things so that you can develop the character so that you could attract good husband and keep him. Okay? Like, to me, it came down to things like that. Like, I'm cool with everybody saying, oh, you're so beautiful and all this. You're beautiful, and the brothers in the inbox that be like, oh, I would love to have a queen like you. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You know what I mean? Trust me, you don't want none of this. So I changed I changed the way that I was thinking, the way I was speaking about myself to be like, you know what, Most High, this is what I want. I want good relationship with my children, with my mother, with my father, with my spiritual ancestors, and I want a good relationship with my certified public accountant, my accountant. You understand what I'm saying? I want all the things that are magnetized right now. Can you magnetize some information to me on how to set up an entity so that the United States can't come and tax what my ancestors gave to me? All right? So they were like, honey, we showed you how to make the chicken and make it taste just like fried chicken. Now people are like, this ain't chicken. This is Ancestral Kitchen. Okay? You are going to go out and you're going to teach people how to make this for free. You don't need no cookbook. Everybody wants you to make a cookbook. Man, unapologetically healthy. They can join your group on Facebook. It's free. I'm just showing you how to make everything for free. I'm not charging anybody. This is my ministry. This is why I'm so unapologetically wealthy. This is why I really am abundance child, is because I tapped in. I tapped in. And that's what I want all my brothers and sisters to do, is to tap in to yourself, to your mind. Spend some time with yourself. Love yourself.
There it is. And those that are just tuning in, of course, we have the great one, Abundance Child, in the building. She just gave us the ministry of how to move within so you can manifest the greater you. So that's how that works. See, do you have another question, Empress Aisha? Go ahead, please.
I wanted to know more about your school, the girls' school.
Okay, so I was homeschooling my children, and I really didn't want to put them in Girl Scouts or anything like that. I used to work for the Girl Scouts, so I was like, I'm not doing that. I had made all these programs, and they ended up being able to keep the programs in their names. So I was like, let me do something else. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making popcorn. I'm making shea butter products. I'm going up and down the road to King Simon lectures and introducing and hosting people. But I'm having a booth over here selling my shea butter products and my popcorn, right? My daughters are always there every step of the way. But I realized that they didn't have any girlfriends or anything like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start making brownies and popcorn and making shea butter and see if there's any girls their age that want to come and help me make that. And we can sell these things like Girl Scout cookies. It's what Drive Squad Kitchen. It's my big Girl Scout cookie, right? So that's what Girl Society is. Girl Society was our homeschool socialization rites of passage program. So now Girl Society looks like, if you need some home training, if you want to learn anything from a Lineage child, you will learn, and you can come into my kitchen and you will internship with me there, and you will go through a rites of passage program with me there, because that's what I do. So any apprenticeship that you do with me or any of my Order Mother Earth sisters, we have Order Mother Earth sisters that are doulas. We have Order Mother Earth sisters that are singers. We have Order Mother Earth sisters that are diviners, that are sound healers. We have Order Mother Earth sisters that are serious entrepreneurs and great business women. They are wives. I'm talking about wives of like 5 and 6 children. When you come and you study and you do things with us, then you come under the umbrella of Girl Society. There's nobody that my ministry doesn't work like that. Like, I'm not a working Anifa where you can come to me and get a reading, and I'm doing Air de Lagoon or Ikeen or Opele for the public. My articles and bylaws say that I'm a minister for ICON, Intercontinental Church of Nature, and that I'm supposed to minister to those entities, which would be Abundance Child Ministries, Drop Squad Kitchen, Girl Society, and things like that. So when people come into the fold of my constitution and my government, that's how they're able to have access to know how to do anything that I'm doing, whether it's how to set up a government for your own family, how to write the articles and bylaws for your family, how to not be vaccinated, how to not have birth certificates and social securities for your family. You got to come up into our fold. If you want to learn how we study Ifa and we deal with Orisha culture in our family, then you go to schoolofifa.org. There's a free access, but mostly people take classes with us. Our classes are bi-monthly or every other week. And that's how I do it. Like, I'm not just out here giving information the way I used to. You gotta actually become a part of our family.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Girl Society is the youth organization aspect of that. I know I be talking all around the world, but did you get it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, please contact Abundance Child. Of course, you can contact our beloved Abundance Child at axabundance@gmail.com for more information about the school, about her cooking classes online, and her Abundance Worldwide that's coming out soon, and all the great things that she's doing. Make sure you show love by her Cash App. That's $ Abundance Child. And the website again is dropsquadkitchen.com. That's dropsquadkitchen.com. And of course, the school is a school of Ifa. Ifa, right? I'm saying it right?
School of Ifa Esoteric, to be specific.
Oh, really? That's how .org?
It's schoolofifa.org. You got the right, schoolofifa.org. But it's a school of Ifa Esoteric. We deal with the esoteric aspects of Ifa, not the traditional dogmatic aspects.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions? I'm going to ask one more question. You have any more questions, Empress? I'll let you go ahead.
I want to know, as far as the school, because I'm very curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if I'm curious, I'm pretty sure other sisters and brothers are curious about it as far as their children. Are boys welcome in the school?
We have
we
have men in our school and boys.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm even designing the classes for I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old right now too. So I retired from Drop Squad Kitchen, so because I see myself as a grandmother, and even though I don't have any physical grandchildren, I completely work from home and I do this full time. School of Ifa full time. Making sure all the paperwork is done for ICON, Intercontinental Church of Nature, Abundance Child Ministries, signing leases, purchasing property, stuff like that. That's what I do right now. My full-time work is my ministry to School of Ifa. So bear with us right now. We just put up the site. We've been doing these classes since 2018. We just decided to put a site up. And so as the people come in, we're seeing more needs. So we're actually now just uploading all the content. So for $16 a month, you can come in and you'll come into Aberration 1 level and you learn what is Ori, what are the aspects of Ori, how to apply that in your life, who is Obatala, how to apply that in your life from our life perspective, from the downloads that we get. You understand what I mean? So we provide our own private rituals, and we don't make any physical effigies for any shrines and stuff like that. We teach you to work with the virtues of the Orisha so that you can develop the best character that you can in this lifetime to be the best version of yourself. This is what our school is about. It's modern Odu for these times. Meaning, like, we understand that the world is constantly evolving. We understand that our stories are constantly evolving. So that is what we teach.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, family, people, please like, share, thumb up the video. That's awesome. And, one more thing, Abundance. I want to thank you for even choosing the time, 11:11, for us to start. Because last night I got a tarot card reading from a friend of mine. I wanted to try out, see what they're, because I've had various cards reading before, and they said something significant about 11:11. And although this was something that I was doing, we were doing today, where you come on at 11:11. At 11:11. Someone hit me up that was in my family that was very significant, and I'm so happy. I'm not going to say who it was, but I needed to get that text. And I want to tell her, if she's watching, I love you. And I'm glad that you text me after these amount of years we haven't spoken in a while.
Yeah.
And it was needed. So and matter of fact, the person that did the session for me was born the same day you're born, Abundance. Which is crazy. She born the same day you're born, so I know the energy. She kept on saying 11:11 in the card reading, and kept on coming up. And then you wanted this done on the 11:11, and then that person who happens to be born connected to that 11:11 contacted me from my family, and that just, while we're here, at the time when I put you on, she texted me. I was like, wow. significant how this whole energy works, man. And so I tell that friend, you, of course, Empress Aisha, thank all of you for participating and making this journey what it is for all of us, because this is all energy work. We all connected in some way.
Absolutely. Yes.
I want to thank you, Abundance Child, for coming on the show again. Once again, we've done numerous works all over the town back in the so Caribbean clubs to all that stuff. So again, let's give Abundance Child a well-deserved round of applause for coming on and showing her love. I know she has work to do. She also trains martial arts people, of Vijitsu martial arts, which is part of the family. And because I do Snookus and we've done VSK, so it's a family, and I'm so honored to know that this sister and her children are training. So one more thing, it's how important is it, the training that has helped you? One more thing, that's it. That's gonna be the last question. How has the training helped you and your family to keep that strength going? Please.
When I have confidence, there ain't nobody coming up in Drop Squad kitchen with a gun, with nothing. Like, nigga, you will lose your life, because all of us are trained. All right. But it really has just in life, it keeps me on my toes, to watch my back, to stay in survival mode. But if anything, it's given me the discipline that I needed, because our Grandmaster emphasizes at all times: pray, train, study. For Jiu-Jitsu, I train at 5:30 in the morning. In fact, I was here until like 2 o'clock in the morning with my instructor. Like, it changed my life. Like, it really gives you discipline. And it really teaches you patience. Like, you're wondering why, how long I got to be like, one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this for a year now. You know what I mean? So it also showed me patience, because now that I might have 1 through 6, I understand that if anybody ever grabs me like this, because
Yes.
I had emotion, that it's just like my body is trained to react.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
also the conditioning of, you know, how I'm telling you to condition your mind, to condition my body. So most women are not used to being grabbed. So they're just like, ah, you know what I mean? Like, we're just going to like throw the person. You know what I mean? Women that are getting raped, for example, are not used to somebody doing like this, and you might not know naturally to buck up off of somebody and go like this and to grab them by their, you know, their testicles, or gouge their eyes out, or
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, this was something that was a process. I have been training since 2013. It's
Yes.
not, this has not been an overnight thing. So I've definitely learned discipline. You can't be running your mouth in the dojo.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you agree with your instructor, your professor, or the grandmaster says it's yes, sir. Everything's yes, sir.
Right.
You also, you know, when you bow in, you got to bow to Professor V, bow to Grandmaster, bow to your instructor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that teaches you camaraderie. The fact that I'm literally getting hit in my face and thrown on the mat for 45 minutes and then get up and be like, peace, brother, how you doing? That also has showed me that I can have a disagreement with somebody in life and then and then turn around and be like, I love you. I just wanted, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to be mean to each other. We don't have to hold grudges and stuff like that. I could go on and on about what martial arts has done for me, but it has definitely helped me to seek perfection in character, be faithful, endeavor, respect others, and refrain from violent behavior. Those are the things that I have definitely learned, because I am a volatile. I will curse you out and put my hands on you if you get on my nerves. I'm not like that anymore. Because when you train in martial arts, you actually know you can hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So I have definitely calmed down and allow my water to be more soothing instead of like a tsunami.
Exactly.
You know, you put all your stuff on the mat. So I'm mad at somebody, you know what I mean? I'll be like, take it out on the mat. And then when I leave, I'm like, I don't even remember what I was upset about.
That's
you
right.
leave it on the mat. But not only do I leave it on the mat, I also leave it on the mat spiritually. You put your head down on the mat and you give thanks to your ancestors. You give thanks to the earth that you're walking on. You give thanks to the Most High for whatever energy. That is also a mat too. You leave it on the mat. You don't get up and take that to work and put it on your spouse or your friend. You know what I mean? So Bijutsu taught me the physical applications of what I'm talking to you about spiritually.
Yes. Thank you very much for that. Somebody just asked, what's the Facebook group for the food recipes she has?
Unapologetically healthy.
Unapologetically healthy. Make sure you look at that at Facebook. Unapologetically healthy. Okay, I didn't write it down.
My professor just hit me up. I'm like, what the?
Who's that? Oh, he's on there?
No, I literally just got the text from Modern Jiu-Jitsu Club. I'm like, wow, okay.
And what's so funny, what came in yesterday was this shirt that I just ordered. Touch and go Sanukas Rue Jiu-Jitsu. I just got it. And of course it says eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, honor Dr. Moses Powell legacy.
Oh man, that's tough. I need one of those. That's tough.
I will send you the link. I'll send you the link, Susan.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a Powell.
Moses Powell, the best of the best. Straight up.
That's family. He was. I used to encourage him to write his books all the time. I say, "Yo, Bach, you got to write your book." And he said, "Yo, maybe you'll be one of the people that'll help me." And then, he transitioned, and that never happened. But we know there's people out there that know the story and of your professors and Professor V and all of that. Everybody know the story. Everybody got a piece of this puzzle, man, and that's what's important, to get that puzzle together. But once again, Abundance Child, I want to thank you very much. And somebody asked, where do you train martial arts at? Well, you're not in New York, so you're in Delaware doing that.
Yeah, we train in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yes. So again, Abundance, I know you're still doing your thing out there. You still got the restaurant and everything going, the family's going. I want to thank you very much for coming on and being a part of this. And
thank you.
dropping that knowledge and wisdom from your soul. Thank you very much.
And peace and blessings to your co-host. It was beautiful.
Yes.
Dialoguing, building with you. It was great an honor to meet you, sis.
Yes, you too. And I also want to clarify, on my mother's behalf that she has given me good advice. I don't want to like just gave me horrible. I just want to make it clear, like, okay, let me not leave it like that. You know,
that's what I'm talking about. Right.
That's how we heal.
Good. Yeah, good.
That's how we heal. That's how we heal. That's right. That's how we heal.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're
I would
welcome.
love my daughter to attend your school. Can we attend from New York?
Yeah, it's online school.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of it.
All right.
Awesome. All right. We'll get it together. All right.
We'll talk to you. Love you, sister. Love you. NDL. You know the deal. All right. All right. Love you. Peace. That was our great sister, Abundance Child, and joining and giving her another round of applause for being a part of the journey. Thank you very much, Empress Aisha. Did your thing.
You always
came through.
Energy. Your energy is always so vibrant. That's
Man,
I didn't have a lot of energy when I got on, but since I seen your energy, your presence, all the way from you, just that. Thank you, King Simon.
Thank you. It just, hey, look, you are a son. You are a Leo, so you need this sun down here. Y'all need to find your sun. You know what I'm saying? Get out into the sun. Really, yeah. That's why I'm out here in the sun, and it keeps your energy up, man. Believe me. It does, because I'm about to go and work out after I get off of this line. If you want to come on back with me tonight, let me know. I'll send you the link so we can answer some questions for people. And I want to let everybody know that I'll be back. We'll be back on tonight. First of all, let me shout out Abundance Child again. If you want to contact Abundance Child, go to axabundance@gmail.com. You want to find out all the information she spoke about and all the links. You could email you that. She answers all her social media and all her email because she's that person. She's been into promotion and marketing, so she answers all her stuff. She's very connected. Also, if you want to send us some Cash App love, that's $Abundance Child. $Abundance Child. Her dropsquadkitchen.com. That's dropsquadkitchen.com. And of course, the School of Ifa.org. The School of Ifa.org. Please show love. And at any time you're in the territory of Delaware, Wilmington, go to Drop Squad Kitchen. When she says it's a family-ran business and everybody in there trains martial arts 5 o'clock in the morning and then go to the restaurant, they serious about what they do. And it's children that's serving your food, her children, other people's children, even a little girl about 10 years old might bring you some food. That's how she works with that. Because you got to teach them from young how to be responsible. You know, I got a new shirt, be great, act greater, and claim greatness. That's my new shirt on my website, family. It's my new shirt. That's what I'm about. This greatness. This is a greatness journey that we're on, Empress Aisha, and serving many people along the line. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you ready to let me do these announcements, then we'll do the prayers if you don't mind. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me take this off because I got sponsors on this place. And again, family, I all the 100%. That's my girl, my friend, Abundance. I do have content disclaimer. I'm a real person here. Content disclaimer, because just in case my sponsors don't agree, the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Got to be respectful. I know how FCC works. I'm one of them people that's been in that radio and television world for many, many moons. So I know how this thing works. Okay, tonight, here's one of the shows that's coming on tonight, Relationship Edition. And yes, I would like Aisha Moore to be on there because she's born under that number 2, and 2 is a relationship number, so I like to see what her views is from a spiritual perspective. Of, I'm not going to be like certain other broadcasters that just be talking all kind of mess to sisters. I get some information from him, but I it's interesting. But he's definitely dealing with one demographics. There's more demographics to deal with, and that's what I'm about. All of the demographics, because successful women and men have problems also. Believe me, I've seen it. We've seen it on the news. Some of them have been crazy out there. Some of them have taken their own life. All kind of craziness goes on. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Relationship Edition Part 2 on this station and on Numerovation Nation. We'll be broadcasting on 2 stations. We're going to be talking about numbers are simple and knowing your mathematical connections. And are you ready? That's tonight. And of course, Women's History Month kicks off. Woohoo, Lord. Sister Ali. Oh, yes. I try to tell y'all people when I whoop Donahue's ass. No. I'm trying to tell you. No, let me start sounding like my sister. She's my girl. She be me. Now I got if Empress Aisha Moore wants to be on this one, she could come on in. But I also have a special guest co-host coming in with Alliance Crowd, so we could have all 4 of us questioning our sister. So I got this sister from Fly Nubian Queen that's coming in to also help and filter some questions, because I know how she gets down, and I want them to ask the hard questions of sister, because the topic is state of the Black woman today. So you know how sister she is. You know how she gonna get down. That's just how Sister Shahrazad Ali is. She's a rough one. I love it though. Also, of course, the rest of the Women History Month. Of course, on the 7th, March the 7th, we got Muga. Comedian and actress Muga. Muga has been featured on numerous comedy shows. She's been on BET. She's been on Def Jam Comedy. She's also was featured on, she's one of the featured actors in Orange is the New Black. She'll be on with me on March the 7th. And then we got Black people didn't even know we had hypnotherapists in our community. We got Kendall Cobbs, a hypnotherapist for over 25 years. She will be on March the 14th. March the 14th, we're going to have her here. Then we have Panel of Empress. Now, I'm making an announcement to see if I'm going to make that happen. Panel of Empress on March the 10th. And that's going to be announced, of course. Then we have Audra Knight, creator and physicist. Oh, yeah, a true physicist for over 20 years also. Audrey Rumbers will be here March the 17th. On the 21st, March 21st, we have acupuncturist and educator Dr. MJ is supposed to be on here also on March the 21st. Women's History Month. Remember, it's all about Women's History Month. Then we have spiritual teacher and, of course, tantric healer. A Genesis coming in on the 24th. And naturopathic naturopath and teacher, Dr. Nalani Valentine. Dr. Phil Valentine's wife will be here March the 31st. And March 28th is going to be a special invited guest celebrity doctor. Now, this is going to be a man. And I don't want to mention everything till I confirm everything, and then I'll put his face and his thing. But this brother has been focusing on the entrepreneurism for women and children. That's what he's been focusing on, and he's been doing a great job. So it's going to be a celebrity. Believe me, somebody who's big and who's known in the community and written books that's all over the place. Good friend of mine too. And I spoke to him, and I was a good friend of his father also, who transitioned. So I have him coming on March the 28th before Dr. Nalani Valentine. So that should be very good. Also, here's my daughter's cups. Oh, yeah, she is the painter of that eye painting. And then we just added what we had to add, a little touch of this and a little touch of that to help her get things off. This is her first time producing her own stuff, and it's called Yasira's Pink Art. And that's I Am Great. She said, I am a creator. She got all those different types, but she's using that I for a reason. All right. On Teesprings/Yasira S. Pink Art exclusive. So make sure you support the young lady. She's 16 years old doing her thing. And I'm so proud of my little daughter as she's decided to step out in her glory. And of course, my friend here, she has always stepped out on her glory with her children. That's Wilmington Adornments. That's Empress Aisha Amore's products. Make sure you support her. I need you to get a number so people can contact you instead of some people don't even have an Instagram, so they can't DM you all the time. They telling me. So we need some other stuff for you.
You told that last time too. They said go to Google.
Yeah, Google. Get that little Google phone number if you can, and at least you'll know when people are calling or trying to text you. You don't need no old folky crazy people trying to holler from the sideline, you know. Also, get my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. And no promotion is bad promotion. All publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right. All available on Amazon and also through Lulu. I do through Lulu also. But on Amazon, you can get all those books that I just mentioned. If you want to find out about real estate, consultant, and get some consultation, call and contact the sister via text and email or whatever. Well, text really. 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. And here's my boy Lloyd Strayhorn's classes. Look, before y'all take my classes, please take my elder, one of my teachers, his classes, because he gives you the basic new beginners classes and the intermediate, where I'm going to be going into something even a little more deeper, and of which he know of. And I'm you know, my Baba Lloyd is just more television and Oprah from back in his day, so he keeps it right there. I see what I got to go with it because I created a whole new system, Numerovation, and it's a whole new method that I'm using. And believe me, you don't want to learn that, but please take the basics, because the basics is what made me become the person that I am and still becoming. I am still becoming. Believe that. Also, here is pedalwise.com. If you are wise, then you will pedal your ass wisely over to this website, especially you ladies that might be suffering from fibroid, breast issues, any type of thing, womb cleanses you need to do, any part of your body. From she's an acupuncturist. She deals with natural health, not just from a Chinese perspective. She deals from an African perspective. She breaks down the body. She also have great classes once a month once you hit up with her and link up with her. So you need to go find out. And let me tell you the coupon code if you want to buy some stuff over there. Make sure you go to pedalwise.com. That's www.pedalwise.com. The coupon code is King2021. That's King2021. You get 10% off. Not off the stuff that's already on sale, but off the stuff that are not on sale. So make sure you go get your stuff from our sister, man. She's really doing a lot of great work. Let me tell you something. Aisha, I got my acupuncture done with her. First time I ever got acupuncture done was through her. And sister, I had an injury on this left arm here, martial arts injury from back in the day. Because when you roll, especially when you're rolling on concrete, because in the dojo, they used to take us from the mat to the regular floor to the grass to hard concrete, because when you do get attacked on the street, it's concrete, it's solid floor. So you have to learn how to land right, like our professors and teachers used to say. Not fall, how you land is how important, because the floor will let you know if you landed wrong. Because when you hit it, so I had this injured, and she did some acupuncture on it, and she did some cupping, and I haven't had any pain. And this was done over 5-6 years ago, yo. I haven't had no pain in this shoulder since. I'm real with this. So so you got to check out pedalwise.com. And if you want to do a Numerovation session, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And those that have probably done it with me years ago, hey, guess what? I've done stepped it up a whole nother level now. I don't even do hour sessions anymore. I might bring back the hour sessions, but I want to really focus on, if you do an hour session, I also want to focus on your children, because I'm seeing that a lot of children are going through some real hectic times. And if you are outside of the United States, we could do a half an hour for you and the rest of the half hour for the child. If you have a child that may be going through some stuff and you want to find out a little bit more on how you can give them a little guidance. It's not, like I said, it's not the is all or be all, but sometimes you just need that that guidance from, and I got to thank my ex-wife who called me, and you probably say, which one, right? That's terrible. I know, right? I've been married only 3 times. Stop playing. So my ex-wife called me and said, I'm not even gonna say which one because they ain't any of your business. She said, thank you for, sending a recording about her, my stepson, her child. And it was very enlightening for her to understand where she has to guide him and what the numbers say about the guidance that the child needs. Now, again, I tell people all the time, numbers have a duality. So if they're going towards the lower side, they might have to learn that lesson of the lower side. That some people have to go to prison. Some people have to go through drugs. I went through marijuana. I went through a brief jail stint real quick, but I went to jail for fighting for my mother. So I want to make sure I'm clear. I was fighting for my mother, police officers. At that time, they could have killed me, but 7 of them just had to subdue me. They couldn't subdue me, so they had to get me. So I'm trying to tell people that sometimes we all have a journey, and sometimes it's going to be high, some is low. It's just maintaining your life while you're here. I maintain my life. Empress Aisha has maintained her life. And I tell people, look, you don't have to believe in numbers, but know for surety that numbers are working behind the scene. The date you got arrested, the date you was born, the date you died, the date you went here, the date that you got with the relationship, the date you linked up, whatever, all is still working behind the scenes. Those numbers are working. I don't care how you put it. It's still working. Power off. That's my Bluetooth. But I just want people to know that I want to focus on children, help them, give them some guidance. Also, my children's book is very important as far as health-wise and all that, so you can at least help to change your diet. And I got a disclaimer on all my books. I'm not a naturopathic, anything, no, but I see where numbers can be, numbers, numerology, astrology, tarot, all of that is a form of guidance that they taken away from us and stopped us from using, because the more you get to know yourself, that's the problem. You get to know yourself. That means nobody can control you after that. These modalities are just guiding modalities. Believe that. Just more guiding, but not even believe it. Know it. Yeah. So moving right along, we're going to do this prayer. Sister, you ready?
Yes, I am.
She ready. Let me stop sounding like my girl Tiffany Haddish, born on December the 3rd. Yeah, I know their birthdays and all. Ain't that something? Something
yeah, so you doing a lot of birthdays.
Yeah, me and Lloyd, boy, we be on the phone and just throwing birthdays at each other. Yeah, he born this day. He born that day. Remember he was born that day? Yeah, that way. Remember what happened on that day? It's crazy. All right, you ready for this prayer, beautiful?
Yeah.
All right, so before you say the prayer, let me just big up Dr. Blair's website real quick. And if you wanted, this prayer was produced by Dr. Blair for his legacy to continue. If you want to support his legacy, please go to his official website, www.themetacenter2.com. That's www.themetacenter2.com. He has books, he has ELF protectors, products, and much more. And go ahead, my sister, give that prayer, and let's everybody get ready for prayer time. Jali, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, sister.
Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now.
Thank you very much, Aisha Amor. Aisha Amor. Thank you very much for sharing that. We're going to give you a well-deserved round of applause, of course, while we're going out. I know. And you have a great day, whatever you're doing and getting into this Sunday. Have a great day, and give those babies a big old hug and tell them Uncle Simon say, "What's up?"
Yes. And I would like to give a shout out to Abundance Child.
Yes.
Her energy was beautiful, amazing, and she's
power on.
She's the truth.
All right, Bluetooth pairing. Yes, I know. Bluetooth connected. Yes, I know. Got to play some stuff. But yes, thank you, Abundance Child. Again, let's turn that up for Abundance Child. Yes, thank you, Abundance Child.
All the family out there that's watching.
Yes. All right. All right. Thank you, sis. All right. Love and respect. Take care. All right, family. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and speak some knowledge. Now it's time for all of you to learn to apply it. For the time is now to say goodbye. I know that didn't rhyme. That didn't rhyme at all. I'm here. I forgot to close my thing. But hey, remember the t-shirts are on my website. Yeah, baby. T-shirts are on the website. Touch and go. Sanuka's Root Jiu-Jitsu. Got that one. And this one, the Be Great t-shirt. We got this on the website. I'm going to make some improvements. So I got to make some improvements on a few things. So don't go on the website probably until Monday, tomorrow. And I'm going to make some improvements on some of the t-shirts and stuff. And also I got numerology t-shirt for everybody born on the particular numbers. If you're born from 1 to 9 or born connected to those 1 and 9s, 1 through 9, it will be on the t-shirt. I just want to make some improvements. And matter of fact, don't buy anything until Wednesday. Let's make sure, because I want to make sure I'm gonna go through all. I'm gonna get rid of that's not selling and get rid of that's what's selling. But I know if you get the numerology t-shirts, every number that you see is going to give you the motivation of that number. 3 particular words that's motivating. And in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, you'll find that a lot of stuff is highlighted throughout the book in certain aspects, certain particular parts of the book, because those words or those sayings, I want you to really resonate with what's being said in the book. That's why I highlighted certain things in the book. It's very important because when you highlight things, it jumps out in people's face. It jumps right out in the place. And then I want to big up, I'm going to be having Dr. Ali Muhammad and Liana Hanno coming on. Look, I just got the hardcover book, Heal Thyself, an advanced guide to healing thyself. It's a hardcover. Straight to the point, 300 pages, about 300 page cookbook. And it's not just a cookbook, it's a food preparation book that tells you what to avoid, the very good snacks and food on it. Things that you can eat, proper dinners and all that. Very good book. I spent my money. Yes, it's $300 to $400. Yes, I spent money on it. I don't mind spending money on good books. I've paid thousands of dollars for books already. And I have no problem spending and supporting people in their books because he's part of the family. Dr. Ali Muhammad, Chief Amaru is part of the family. I've known Dr. Ali Muhammad for many years. He's even had me speak at one of his classes at the National Black Theater. So enough respect to him and the sister that helped produce that book with him. After I interview him, then I send it home to my house or one of my houses and make sure it gets into the library because I want to have the book while I'm into it. So I'm going to set up that interview in the next few days, actually, so we can talk to Dr. Ali Muhammad and Sister Liana Hanno. We will definitely deal with them. And all right, so y'all be safe out there. Y'all stay strong, stay focused. Remember, I'll be back on tonight around, what time did I say I'm coming on? Around 9/11. 9/11. Woo, y'all know that number already. 9/11. I'm going to come back on and do this relationship thing at 9/11. And 9 + 1 + 1 = 11. Why? And that we're going to talk about that 9/11 energy, not just from what y'all experienced with what happened in New York, but relationship wise and why the 9, the 1 and the 1, which people might consider angel numbers. People might consider them angel numbers, but there's always an other side to the angel. There's always a duality to that angel. There's God, there's Satan. We got to know the duality. So we're going to get into that even with relationship because, not all relationships are perfect. There is no perfect relationship. I think the only perfect relationship we have is probably the atom. Atom work together. Its energies work. Everything work together. But if there is a perfect relationship as far as human existence is concerned, we got to look at other kingdoms and other species probably, but when it comes to this human existence, we having a lot of trouble. And I know we're in the age of knowing. I know that numerology and these other sciences can at least give guidance to help. But as I always say, family, If one person is willing to work on a relationship and the other one is not, then it won't work. Then y'all need to be apart. Y'all need to leave it alone. Because I'm not into breaking up anybody. But again, if you can't dance, you can't do the tango by yourself. You look foolish trying to do a tango by yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. But when done in harmony, where the two is submitting to each other's energy, I've seen the tango look fantastic, because we used to have tango classes at SOBs back in the day. I've seen the tango, you look fantastic. I've seen salsa dancing look fantastic, ballroom dances, because the two is actually working and submitting to each other's energy like yin and yang. So we got to learn how to do that again. A lot of us have lost that. That's why our relationships are going down, down, down. So look, have a great day, afternoon or evening. Stay focused, stay out of trouble. Let me get myself out of here. We said the prayers already. Let me close out with my commercial, and then we are out of here. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.